started here. We are Coinmerge Technologies. We are a company based in Texas. We've been in the space for over 2 years now. Trying to build, trying to push DeFi forward has become our kind of motto. And we love these utility showcases because all these projects are building phenomenal things, and sometimes people are building things that we never even thought of, or we respect as more advanced than what we're doing or more technical. So we love to hear about all these different projects that come up here and are actually working in the bear market from the space. Obviously, it's a pretty bearish sentiment in the market as a whole. But Jay couldn't make it today because I guess there was I don't know if he's just hungover or if it was a lot of driving in between. But we love Jay and we respect him.
Oh yeah, he's got a long drive. He's like 3 hours from the city.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he mentioned that he had bad reception. He was going all the way home in Canada. He's a Canadian citizen. So anyway, we love Jay. We'll continue to support him and appreciate his support for this as well. So yeah, just drawing attention to the pinned tweet up there, the second one over there, Web3 Shards. That is a product that we built to help developers, to help new software engineers integrate Web3 into their gaming, integrate Web3 into their websites, integrate Web3 into everything that they're doing. We have tons of different data on there, and currently it's all free. So if you want an API endpoint and you want to get free Web3 data, go to web3shards.io and input your email, and you will get access to that free data. Including you can put a chart embed on your website. We'll actually be making it so you can basically do any chart search embed on your website. Price points, statistics. We got block data, block history, assets for wallets. Basically, if you want to integrate any Web3 data into your site, go to web3shards.io and just input your email, and it's going to be free for the time being. So you can save money on your crypto bills for sure by doing that. And we appreciate you helping us in our adoption as we're kind of helping bring some exposure to you guys today. So with that being said, we are going to start with Shido. For those of you who are not familiar with the format, it's basically 3 to 4 minutes to kind of explain your ecosystem. I know it's not a whole lot of time, and then the panel will kind of talk about it and ask questions or comments if we have any. So we'll throw the mic over to Shido. If you just want to explain what Shido is from a top-down perspective in a couple minutes here.
Hello. What's up, guys? First of all, thank you for having us here. And I'm gonna talk more about our project and what we have been planning, what we are going to be releasing soon, and all of the stuff that we are releasing. So firstly, Shido is a full DeFi project, and we have any utility that we can think of for a DeFi project and for a DeFi world. So we have a DeFi wallet, we have a decentralized DEX, decentralized exchange, we have our Shido DEX, we have our Shido card. We are building our own blockchain at the moment, and we just released last night some big news about the blockchain that we are going to be releasing the testnet and to publish on the 15th of September. So due to the market conditions and all, it wasn't the best idea to attack it with full marketing and all. But this is one of the biggest events to date for Shido, and we are releasing, as I said, testnet for our blockchain. So 15th of September, big event coming up, and I'm gonna talk more about it in the next one. So as I said, we are all-in-one DeFi project. We have the wallet, we have the DEX, we have the card, we have NFTs, we have our own blockchain. So there is simply not a thing that we can say, oh look, Shido doesn't have what they are claiming to be DeFi, because we are in full support of DeFi, and we will always be. We have trust in our wallet. We have our own perpetual trading in our DEX. Like it's kind of a separate DEX, but it does its job. You don't even have to leave our wallet to do anything. Like you can go to Shido DEX to trade. You can trade with Shido wallet, like sell your BNB to another BSC token. You can can basically switch your BNB to Ethereum type token to go to Binance and enjoy your tokens back and forth. It's always in Shido wallet, and it just makes a normal person's life so much easier by just pressing one button and going from BNB chain to Ethereum. So this is one of our main features, and we are working more and more to make our ecosystem like more connected together and much more smoother. And from the beginning, it's been like improving day by day, and it will keep improving like every single day.
Awesome, man. Can you just give me also and the investors here a brief history on just how long you guys have been out and how long you've been working on all this?
So Shido isn't your usual getting the VCs and all projects. This project from 5K market cap, like it was all random, launched on BSC by your CEO Bjorn. It was a stealth launch, no funding, no money, nothing. It was basically a stealth random launch. But Bjorn had plans for the project. I came along like 3 weeks after the launch, and ever since I came along, we've been brothers with Bjorn, and just not even a day goes by without us like talking, planning about the project, brainstorming, talking what we are gonna do next and everything. And it's been going for I think just over 1.5 years now. We are going strong for 2 years, and we have been growing steadily because our community has been growing day by day. And the best thing about our project is the community. Since the whole project is community funded, the whole project is the community basically. We were not VC funded. We did not get any pre-sale money. We did not get any money from anyone, and we just started from 5K market cap and grinded our way to where we are. And
Yeah, man. It's definitely, in my opinion, a common dream when people start a token to kind of start from the bottom and then kind of follow it. And what you guys have actually succeeded in doing, which was actually acquire funds and actually put them towards the things that you said that you're going to build. So that's some phenomenal stuff. And then also see success in the token. I'm sure all those early investors were so happy to have so much success with the token. You guys are on both blockchains now. I do want to open up to the keynotes in the interest of time to see any comments they have on Shido. Just feel free to talk keynotes.
Hey, yeah, I've been following Shido. I mean, I remember since the launch day they have had a really nice growth, like from stealth launch and to where they are now. And I know that they are building a lot of tools, a lot of things. What would you say like it's kind of like your main focus, like long term, that will bring as well revenue back to the project, which is the main thing that the project is focused at.
So when you say about the revenue, it's most likely, and I mean it's certainly three things. It's a wallet, DEX, and the Shido card. These are the revenue bringers that are gonna keep the project going, that are gonna keep the project funded, because we get a percentage of the revenue from the swaps, whether they are cross chain, the same chain, like normal swaps from the DEX, and any revenue that we get, it goes to developing the project and the utilities more and more, and the percentage gets burned. Shido tokens get bought and they get burned. So I'd like to also mention that we have like by now easily, like I'd say easily over 1 million is invested into our utilities, and that's quite a bit of money for a self launch. I'd like to think, because mostly if someone just self launched a token and they slowly manage to crave their way up to $1 million, like how many people do you know that would put the money to utilities, to development, and not just get a Lambo or Ferrari, So I feel like that's why our community loves us. We are full transparent. Everyone knows what's going on. Everyone knows what our or plans, but obviously we also like to keep some surprises for the community, such as marketing, release dates, and all. But overall, everyone knows where the money is going, what's the what's the revenue like, how we are doing, and all. So we are full transparent, and I feel like it's the main reason that everyone loves us.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I think that transparency is underrated when it comes to actually being a successful company, and people just want to know what's going on and know that you're working for the project. So I do think that's a big part of success, and I appreciate that. I did pin up a tweet from Shido to let people know that their testnet and Explorer, Block Explorer, are officially going live. September 15th is the date that they're aiming for. So if everyone wants to click that, go ahead and like that post and get connected to Shido and what they're doing. I recommend it because 1.5 years in the space is no joke, and all the different utilities that you guys are building are fantastic. So I just wanted to thank you guys for coming up here.
Thanks a lot for having us, and I'd like to be a part of it again later. Thank you.
Yeah, fantastic. We actually did a full. I actually remember doing a full AMA with Shido. I don't know, like six or 7 months ago. So hopefully we can continue to work together. Thanks again, Shido, for joining up here. Okay. We did, Maurice. Just a heads up, we did move CEO token to third. So right after Boss, we're going to have CEO token to respect the time for their launch or whatever it is. I guess we'll hear about it in a second. So, all right. So Sonifero. I assume that's how I pronounce your name. I never can pronounce any crypto names. But if you want to go ahead and just introduce Boss Moves a little bit more and go into kind of a similar thing that Shido did, a full kind of pitch of Boss Moves and what you guys do.
Sure, absolutely. So Boss Moves is a unique concept. I don't think reviewing different things out there, I don't think there's nothing specifically like this. So it's basically the entrepreneur's token, right? It's a meme token designed for entrepreneurs, creators, artists, startup enthusiasts, business-minded individuals, right? Bringing the meme coin element of humor, motivation in the world of cryptocurrency, right? And catering to those interests. So it's basically connecting the vibe, energy of memes over to fostering entrepreneurship and for creators, for artists, for folks that are trying to gain their ground in the crypto sphere, to kind of connect those worlds, right? So one part of it is meme, to kind of kick it off, but then there's networking. We want to foster, community of these like-minded individuals, and then eventually connect them. We're going to incorporate gamings, probably have a look at an engaging platform where they can start connecting. The other thing is also having events, holding events for people that are like-minded in this arena. Also challenges, entrepreneurial challenges. If they have idea, a viral marketing idea, some business idea that is in this blockchain ecosystem. And then lastly, just giving back, right? And that's what I talked about, providing some grants and things of that nature to kind of connect the external world that are not really in crypto, and foster that, right? So that's kind of like the core of who we are. Our mission and our roadmap is really to develop partnerships, right? Because one of the things that you can have all these different elements that are cool, but you need purpose. Purpose is what people unite under long term, right? Like there's a lot of short term type of activity going on in our world, and I know most of folks in today's meme coin world is actually, we live by the week to 5 days to 1 day. Now people are just looking at their wallets every 15 seconds, right? So we kind of created an environment out there where a large majority are now in an anxiety mode, right? So part of this is weaning everyone out from an anxiety mode into more of a stability, right? Kind of bring some common sense back, some stability back, because I think the world of memes and the fast-paced world and high risk, high reward has kind of indoctrinated folks to really lose some common sense, right? So in today's world right now, it's all about 0-0 contract renounced, you know, that type of world. You get in when there's small amount of holders, you get out, right? And so folks are just so acclimated to that, but that causes environment of what we're at today, right? Credibility, anxiety, things of that nature. But just bringing it back, right? And that's why I said this stemmed out of also data gathering, interviews from different developers who launched and said, hey, how would you do it differently? So, it's kind of like retraining the mind to wean out what cryptosphere looks like today into something more stable and something that has the energy of meme. So we're very, our narrative is boss moves, right? It's sexy, it's meme, but it's also business, it's also entrepreneurship, and it's also philanthropy. So it kind of brings all these different levers together. So it's not just one or the other. It's just not one faceted or another, right? And that's what we're trying to gauge is a sweet spot, and so everything was kind of thought out from that lenses, not just the developer lens, what they need, not just the business lens, what they would need, not just the investor lens. So we went ahead to protect the initial investors. Again, we're very young. We just launched a week ago, and we started at 2,000 MCAP. Now we're at over 500,000 MCAP in a week. Day one we had Twitter Blue, Dex Tools updated, so all that great stuff, and that just comes from just being an investor as well as the experience, kind of saying, hey, how do we fine tune this? How do we make it more simplistic? And the future is great, right? So the concept and the narrative is awesome. We have this chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 6. As we go through the storyline, we're developing a storyline for boss moves as well, a narrative of a boss in making, right? Chapter 1 is the rise, right, of getting Twitter, website, Dex tools, and it's also mapping back to developing something in cryptosphere, right? And that journey, right? But that also we're going to put into a gaming format as well, right? And then we're going to also look to partner with some AR developers as well. Secondly, we want to work with partnerships, not just vendors, right? Vendors would be like, you're here, you go, you're in and out. What we want to develop is partnerships that are win-win, right? That I've got something in my arena that is beneficial to you. You have something that in your arena that you're an expert at that beneficial to us. And the idea is to build 11, our project plus 11 other partnerships. And there's going to be 12 bosses, right? And it's going to be synergistic. We're going to be very specific on making sure that each one kind of plays in synergy with each other, that there's always a win-win scenario. And then also we're looking for panelists, right? So anyone here who's interested in panel, because eventually when we have competitions for young entrepreneurs to come in, we want panels to kind of help evaluate that. So we're also stretching out to get not just technical advisors, not just marketing side, but also the moral side, right? Just to make sure that we're on point, because eventually the intent is once we reach a certain market cap, that the community takes us over and it can go on. So a lot of great things I can't really get into now because they're being solidified. But that's the crux of our project. I'm very excited. We're only 7 days, a lot of accomplishments in that 7 days. I wish I could talk more, but hopefully in the next AMA we'll probably get more involved in our roadmap. But we're just 7 days old, so check us out. In my profile, you'll see our website, bossmoves.la. All the information is there. Telegram, Twitter. Telegram is where we update all the latest news and things of that nature. But yep, that's kind of like the crux of what our project is about.
Yeah, so I went ahead, and if you scroll over to the pins at the top, if you just some people don't know that those scroll, but if you scroll over, you'll see a pinned message that has their Telegram link, so they can get connected there. I got to ask you a question. You've been in this space obviously for a long time. Is this your first project that you've launched as kind of the
Yeah,
owner?
it's funny because I had this thing in my mind, especially, kind of understanding all the worlds. I was like, what am I going to bring that's new? So I just thought, like usually people think that, hey, everything's already been done, right? So kind of why even look at it because everything's already been done. But as I progressed, I was about to launch it, and I'm glad I didn't. It was in crypto winter, and I got involved in 4chan, right? So we actually brought it from a 200,000 market cap to a 34 million market cap in about 3 weeks, two weeks or so. right? And so I put everything on hold, and I'm so glad I did, because during crypto winter and during the meme craziness and where we're at right now, and having that ability to work behind the scenes to bring something to a 34 million market cap, a lot of lessons learned, right? A lot of knowledge. Money comes and goes, things come and go, but knowledge is something that is so powerful, no one can take away from you, right? So I'm so glad I never released something thus far. And so then after I started interviewing the devs, things started clicking. And that's how I kind of formulated and came up with something with has to have a purpose, right? And, again, it's all community based, that we can move on to protecting the community, guarding it, having the right fluidity as we move through market caps. And that's another thing. A lot of folks don't, they get into this meme craze, and they just let go of a lot of control levers that you need to navigate through how technology changes. And I always say this, technology is changing not at 10x, not at 1000x, not at 100x. Because of AI is programming itself, by 2025, in technology, we will be moving at a million x. So think about it. A TV screen that was, LED 8 months ago, is on the ground in Walmart for $200, because technology moves so quickly. It's not like you can roadmap for 3 years. You can wake up tomorrow, and a brilliant kid who's 15 years old somewhere in the world can just develop something that's 100,000 times better than what we're doing today. So that's the world we live in. So we have to have fluid. So to understand that and be fluid with how you move from one market cap to the other is very crucial, right? Because it remains fluid. So again, we took all those lessons learned, and I'm so glad I waited. But now I think we're at a point where we have a mission. Um, you know, the storyline is there. We're bringing sexiness back to crypto. We're bringing the staying with the energy of the meme, but then also having a purpose that people can stand behind, right? Fostering the next generation of innovation and giving back as well. And what that does is, and I said that is a real crux, because guess what? That's bringing external. Like, I'm going to go out and give help external organizations, where there's schools or governments or other organizations that want to foster entrepreneurship. But what does that do? It gives awareness into our world, instead of just people here moving from project to project. My mode of marketing is not in here, because you're gonna know whether I spend money on marketing or not. The people in the bubble will always find your project eventually, because that's everyone who knows everyone. You'll find it. You find it in call groups. You find it on Twitter. The real marketing, or the real awareness, that I feel is on the outside. The new holders coming in, because we never will grow till that adoption happens, right? So for me, that's where I want to focus on. That's where I want to kind of spend a lot of my energy, is bringing new holders into the crypto sphere.
Thanks, man. I think that's the ultimate goal, and that's one of the big struggles, and one of the things a lot of utility projects look to do, ourselves included, but also Shido, who went earlier. They said, man, this is so hard to get into DeFi, and everyone's looking to solve it. And through all our collective efforts, it has gotten easier. The technology has gotten better. So fantastic stuff. And Boss Moves, great success so far. And again, I pinned the tweets. If everyone wants to get connected, go into that Telegram. Sounds like they're on a really nice trajectory. So I would open it up to the other keynotes, but we do have a lot of projects today. So Maurice, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll just say, you've heard me say 100 times, as somebody who's in the space, I would not run a project. So Son of Pharaoh, ton of respect for you, man, to jumping on board and making that transition, and all the best to you.
Appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, fantastic, man. All right, CEO Token. I've had you on here before. We're gonna get an update from you, and I know that sounds like today is a big day for you. So if you want to go ahead and tell us what you're about, what you got going on today.
Always a pleasure to come on Coinmerge. Thank you, Maurice, for your introduction as well, and it was great to speak with you earlier on today as well. To everyone that doesn't know us, we are CEO. We launched back in February initially on the BSC chain, simply as a meme coin to Elon tweet, and that's what we were. We were simply just a meme coin. We had a lot of coverage at the time. We did a lot of exits at the time as well. But a meme stays a meme at the end of the day. We wanted to provide for utility. We wanted to we had an amazing community, and the community wanted the project to keep going, and that ensured that we were willing to continue as well. I don't think anyone's mentioned it before, but when a community gets behind you, it gives you that extra 10% or extra boost to carry on and do more for the community. And community is everything for a project. We like from a project owner's perspective, if a community doesn't get behind you, it's very hard mentally to pick yourself up sometimes, and get to business, get cracking. When the chart's on the floor and everyone's funding the chart, you gotta have a strong mentality to be able to continue your vision, continue marketing, and continue developing to ensure greatness. And that's one thing we're so proud at CEO is even after our 1 week all-time high of, well, we had like a couple of million on our first week. We came down to about 200K. We grinded, we carried on. There was FUD chat. No, there was no. At one point, we lost the whole community. But we continued going, and they came back solid. Our staking platform was filled by what 45% of our circulating supply, which was massive as well at the time. Great boost for the team. And then 4 months post launch, we went on to beating our all-time high. So to reach an all-time high and beating it, the launch all-time high, is not easy to do. When you're trading crypto, we see projects going up and down. Some don't even survive past 24 hours. So for us to beat our all-time high 4 months down the line was a massive achievement to the team. What's new? What's coming to CEO now? We have rebranded. We've moved away from the meme. We feel that a meme doesn't portray our project to what we believe it should be recognized for. I do see similarities, I would say, it with some of the other projects that have come up here. I love the sound of Boss Token. I'll definitely be following Boss Token moving forward as well. And hopefully, I'm definitely sure they'll see a few similarities in what we're talking, and hopefully we can talk about a few things in the future as well. But CEO Token, what's new? Why are we not just a meme no more? CEO Token have now actually we had this mindset back in March before we migrated to ETH, and our view is that we want to bring change to the space. And when we say we want to bring change to the space, we mean we're tired of Web3 money spinning around within circulation from, say, Mauritius pockets to my pockets to Gandalf's pockets. Web3 money is spinning around different each and every one of our pockets, end up in a rug eventually anyway. What we want to bring change into the space whereby we are bringing in Web3 and fiat money into crypto space. So yes, we are a revenue earning protocol, but we're not like any other revenue earning protocol whereby we don't have a sniper which we're taking money off from Web3 individuals and airdropping them to our holders. No, we are going to have businesses and companies and utilities whereby they are targeting individuals in the Web3 e-commerce space, or be it any commercial or fiat passive income routes, and bringing that Web3 and fiat money into the pockets of our Web3 individuals and community members. And yeah, that's the aim. And as well as having that money, you then have to go spend that money as well. So what we've got ourselves a CEO virtual card, which we have live now at launch as well. And as well as earning those rewards and that passive income, we do believe in touching grass and going to spend your crypto, because we believe in mental health as well. And I'm pretty sure many of you can relate as well, that you gotta have a strong mindset, steady mind, look after your mental health as well. And we actually encourage our individuals in our communities, go take some time away from crypto, go spend some money. So we have a virtual card to help them spend some of their cash.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And I did pin a tweet up there. You guys got this ETH launch today at 7 p.m. UTC, which is is that at 3 p.m. Eastern?
Not sure.
Yeah, an hour from now.
Do you want to just mention that to people here?
Yeah, sure. So we've migrated from a BSC side to ETH. It was pretty much a no-brainer. I feel like on the BSC space, volume has shift a lot onto ETH. There's not much volume happening on BSC at the moment. The space has moved on to ETH a lot. We feel that what we achieved on the BSC side was magnificent, And if we can replicate that and be able to do more with the vision and the utilities and the better team that we have now as well, I feel like we can go into a lot. We can do millions, and ensure and make a name for CEO on the ETH chain.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of projects have done that. The way I've kind of described it in this bear market where we don't see a lot of volume, where we see the economy, the global economy kind of squeezing investors and squeezing people really tight, is that, once the ETH cup overfloweth, the BSC cup, and then all the altcoins, mooned, and then all the investors had a lot of money, and then, that was even enough to fill up the DeFi cups, so to speak. It's a weird analogy, but I think it makes a lot of sense. A lot of projects have moved over to ETH just because there's simply not enough money in the space, and gas fees are pretty low right now on ETH, so that's also kind of convinced people to move over to that. So yeah, I pinned that tweet about that launch. Maurice, any other comments or questions? And I can open up to the full speaker panel as well because we do have another couple minutes for CEO. Any comments or questions on CEO?
Just a comment. It's really good to see projects like, as I said, they started as a meme, but now they are becoming like, kind of like a revenue sharing ecosystem. So yeah, keep it up, guys. Keep building, and you will get there.
Thank you very much.
It's
Yeah, I
good to
mean,
see such a change, and because they already have that meme vibe, that energy that Sonny Ferro was saying earlier. So, and now they are kind of like building on top of it. So it's really good to see that combination.
Yeah, and I think in Boss Talker will relate as well. Once the utility is live and you're earning revenue from your utilities, and I think Shido will relate as well, whereby once you start earning revenue from your utilities, and I'm pretty sure they've all got a part of the ecosystem and their tokenomics, whereby a lot of the revenue that they will bring in from their utilities, they will use that to buy back, and therefore the project, even if it doesn't get any eyes or potential new investors, just the revenue coming from the utilities alone is enough to increase the value of the token.
yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of people that start out as meme tokens, I mean, even Shiba Inu, transitioned to utilities because that's kind of what's going to build value in the longevity. I mean, a token like, Doge can get away with it because they were the OG, right? They're the original. But obviously, for a lot of the smaller caps, you need to have a little bit more robustness to your ecosystem. So Maurice, go ahead.
Yeah, no, and I would say like Muzzy, who's behind the mic there, is, a lot of people, if you're active on Telegram, he's part of a community called Z Launch, and when I started with Caesar in 2021, I think they opened their lounge in August of 2020, so even earlier than that. So there was one of the few channels that Caesar recommended that I initially check out just to get a feel for the space when I was just learning. So I will say that they have between the two of them some good expertise in this space, just in terms of being involved, hosting MAs, talking to a lot of projects, connections, and networks. So I like the fact that you guys made this decision. There's not a big airdrop or anything like that from V1 to V2. You didn't really go into that a ton, so I did want to just kind of hint on that. It's not a massive migration or anything. Everybody who bought into the pre-sale is kind of going to be the starting point, and they don't have a massive allocation for the pre-sale. It's pretty small. So again, just join the community. Not financial advice. No, Coinmerge doesn't give it either, but I definitely don't. But I will say I respect hard work, and these guys have pushed on a chain that hasn't gotten a lot of volume and took a lot of advice, went through, I think, 3 months before they decided to migrate from when they initially mentioned that they were looking at it. So, just jump in the community, check them out. And I just wanted to say thanks for coming by today on such a busy day.
Yeah, and good luck. Good luck with your launch in just 1 hour from now. So again, follow that tweet if you're interested in getting involved. And I'm sure it's going to be a little bit of excitement in the Telegram. It always is for new launches, and a lot of stress for the team, which I'm sure you guys want to get back to that work. So thanks for coming on here.
Cool. Thanks for having us, and thank you to Maurice at Caesar's Court. Cheers, lads.
Yep.
Thanks,
good,
Muzz.
man. Okay, we got Collective Finance. Not your first time up here, but you're back. So if you want to go ahead and let the listeners know in 3 to 4 minutes about your ecosystem, any updates you have as well, and then we can talk as a speaker panel.
Hey, awesome. Super happy to be here. Thanks, everybody, for being here and showing up. And thanks to all the hosts. My name's Chrome, also known as Jacob. I'm one of the co-founders of Collective Finance. Big shout out to Chapo as well as Caesar. We are, all four of us founders are verified KYC through Assure. So very proud of that. Super happy with Chapo. And yeah, Maurice has always been a super big help back in the past. So big pleasure to be here again. Super hyped. And yeah, I'll jump right into it. So Collective Finance, we're here to provide safe exposure to commodities, real world assets, RWAs, specifically precious metals. Right now, we've launched our first gold token, so it's fully backed, over collateralized by gold, and it's launched on Arbitrum. You can trade it freely. It has no taxes, fully over collateralized, and right now it's earning around 100% APR on a USDC LP pairing. We're listed on a few different dexes on Arbitrum, and we're looking to expand a little bit more. So that's kind of the basic gist of what we're doing. We want to really provide that safe and secure exposure to commodities. Right now, gold is making such a good run, and it's going to be priming up very, very soon. There's been countries all over the world purchasing and building up their gold stack. So it's a great time to start to build up that bag, hedge against inflation, because we know that constantly we've been battling this war with the US. So it's always good. It's always good to have a bit of your portfolio stacked into gold or other precious metals. Silver as well is going to be a very good performer in the future. So I like to say take profits along the way, put them into something safe like gold, silver, something like that, and just let it ride, let it grow, and just beat inflation along the way. You're going to end up winning more if you do that instead of just degenning all the time. So what we're also doing is we have some NFT collections. We have our Angel NFT collection, which kind of gives you access to the whole protocol, gives you a little bit of benefits and discounts, and earns revenue. We're selling a batch of those right now, about 5 for $6,000, and then the next round will go for $7,000. Though we do have a sale of a lot cheaper NFTs for those guppies out there. That will be coming up soon, and those will be priced around $250, maybe to $500. We haven't had a set price yet, but it'll be a lot more affordable, a lot more acquirable, and it'll be earning yield in gold and most likely another stable coin or maybe Bitcoin, something like that. And yeah, so be looking forward to that in the future. We got some, focus on revenue generation right now. We've just been building and trying to focus on, really focusing on revenue. How can we earn the best capital? What are the best rates? Looking into different bots and all that type of stuff. So yeah, we got a great community. If you guys want to come jump by and hang out and be a part of the gold standard, as we like to call it. And yeah, check out our website. We like to show off that Assure KYC up there and everything. And yeah, we also have our D app. You can mint and redeem our C Gold token, so it's fully collateralized, and you can mint it with any stable coins as well as PaxG, and you can also redeem it as well. So you can do lots of arbitrage there with the different LP pairs, as well as being able to mint and then redeem through different sources. So yeah, I think that's basically the gist of it. I don't want to go too long here because I know you guys got a big panel here, but very stoked, very hyped. Just stay tuned for what we got coming up. And if you're interested in gold, then come on by. All about education and teaching people what's right, what's coming up next, and what is going on in the world. There's so much changing. There's, like I said before, there's so many countries buying up gold, building up their reserves. Countries are switching away from U.S. dominancy. So if you're smart, you're going to be building up a bag of precious metals and getting ready for that run. It's going to be looking pretty good in the future. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah, man, absolutely. And I pinned your pinned tweet from Collective Finance there. I know it's a little bit old, but it's got a nice little video there, and you can connect to Collective Finance and their website. I got a kind of funny analogy where I think of like, when like the economy's booming and people are talking about gold, and then the crash happens and inflation, all those things. It feels like all the gold investors are like coming out with their tinfoil hats, being like, "I told you so, I told you so." But yeah, let's open it up to the keynotes here to get some comments or questions for Collective Finance.
Yeah, I'll jump in just because like their Discord, again, I know we're on Twitter, but definitely if you guys have Discord and you're listening in, check out their Discord, because that's where a lot of the information is displayed and a lot of the chats kind of occur. So I would say it's a phenomenal space just to stay in tune with the community. This was actually the project that made me re-download my Discord and make sure it was still working again. So yeah, I would say Discord is definitely the place to be. They're very knowledgeable too about what they're undertaking. I'll just say that. Like some of the members of the team have a lot of depth on precious metals, and can really understand, fluctuating market values and stuff like that. So it's important for me when you're talking about an asset backed crypto in that sense that the team really understands that asset class in the real world outside of crypto. So I will say they do have a lot of knowledge when it comes to the actual assets classes of precious minerals and what they're looking to undertake. So, jump into the Discord and just do your research from there. But, it's really cool to see you guys again, and love to see that you're still building, man.
Yeah, I'll just second that. I had the opportunity to work with the collective finance team pretty closely, I guess a couple months back, and great group of guys, Chrome included. Good to see you again, brother. And they've got a great group with a lot of real world experience, definitely fully capable of what they've delivered here. So they've been building for a while. They're adamant about what they're bringing to the space here, and it's a good change of pace compared to what you normally see that most of us are here talking about in this space, in general in crypto with meme coins and I'll say the esoteric tokens that lack real world backing. It's a refreshing kind of change in perspective. So if you haven't checked out what they're doing, it's nice to diversify a portfolio with something real. So Discord's definitely a place to be and fully supportive. So again, nice to link back up with you guys.
Yeah, man. And I would also mention something that's extremely undervalued, I would argue, in our school systems as well, is financial education. And, and gold and precious metals are a part of the global economy and the global ecosystem. And it is important to know about them. They are of value, clearly, for obvious reasons. But so to be able to connect with these guys and kind of pick their brain, because they're obviously very intelligent. I remember when I interviewed them for a full AMA before, I was kind of like, oh, wow, these guys know a lot about what they're talking about, as Chapo kind of mentioned as well. So yeah, fantastic opportunity. So join these guys' Discord, their website. What's your website URL?
It is collectivefinance.io. It's in our bio here on Twitter, so you can just jump in on there and see.
Yep, so throw these guys a follow, and thanks again for coming up here, man.
Hey, thank you guys for having me, and thanks for the kind words. Always a pleasure. Hope you all have a great day, and yeah, bye-bye.
Fantastic. All right. So we got about 4 out of 8 projects here, so we're moving right along, although we're past halfway through the AMA because, of course, we have the keynote introductions as well. So we're going to get OLA token up here. The remaining order is OLA, Tesso, Bitrock, and Multi. So if OLA token could request the mic, as well as the project on deck, which is Tesso, and then if neither of them, we can get them up, we'll move up down the line to Bitrock. So.
Hey guys, I just wanted to jump in real quick. I got a jet, but I just want to say thanks again for having me here. It's great to see some people I haven't seen in a while. You guys are awesome. Thanks for all you do.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thank you. So everyone, go ahead and follow El Crypto Chapo. Throw him a follow on his way out. I'm sure he appreciates it. And get connected to Sure. Thanks for that, man. Okay, so I don't see either. I don't see OLA or Tesso right now. I know that there's some Twitter issues surrounding Android.
Oh, so I got Tesso in there here. If it could Web3 shards maybe see them. If you're looking at the,
I threw you the co-host.
Yeah, I'll just pull them up. I'll just pull them up here. Let me see.
I threw you the co-host there.
Let me just make sure X kicks this co-host seat into full effect, and then I'll pull them up. Always takes a few seconds. All right, there we go. We got Tesso, invite to speak. And then after Tesso.
Yeah, you can hear me, I guess.
Hey, what's going on, Small? Yep, we got you.
Yep. Okay. We got Tessa, OLA, Bitrock, and Multi. I'm just going to throw Bitrock and Mike as well, since I don't think we're full up on the speaker panel anymore, so that because they've been requesting for a while. And then I'm looking for the OLA token. All right, but we can go with Tessa. So Tessa, go ahead and talk to us about your ecosystem.
Yeah, we are a utility ecosystem. We got multiple bots that are suited for traders. Yeah. Yeah, where do I start? We launched a week ago, and yeah, launch has been an overall success because yeah, we searched a little up. This is what we as project owners and of course all the holders like a lot. And yeah, basically our utility is that people can find charts or projects early that do the same thing by offering different tools. And yeah, the one tool we have that that is pretty much the only one tool existing in the market is a Telegram bot checker, where you can track usernames and username history, and even get notified if people join a certain group. And the other tiers are a little bit more elaborated. You get signals on burned LP pairs. You get signals on launches that have historically good CAs and eventually good teams, and also all the info provided you get in like a single a single window. And our lower tier bot calls maybe 5 to 10 different tokens a day, and we also have a high tier bot which usually calls maybe one time a day, or maybe one time each 2 days, like very rarely, and yeah, puts the pedal to the metal, I guess. Yeah, that's where we are right now, and we got some other utilities rolling out, so that you can even check websites if they are a copy, to identify scams even more. And also the the whole
Yeah, and I unmuted Psycho as well because he's part of the team there. So Psycho, if you wanted to jump in and add anything on top of what the main handle just said, you definitely can. I'll say in terms of the bot, I mean, we're in the space of short attention spans. Everybody wants to catch stuff early. Well, their bot is definitely, in terms of some of those who are utilizing the signals, caught some great plays early. I mean, one yesterday, they caught that tether, ticker symbol tether on ETH. And I think they caught it at like 16K, ran up to like 700K or something like that. One of the bigger ones they had recently was Spurto. They caught for about a 210X. So again, like it's definitely found some pretty solid plays in the space. Like it's a little bit unique in the way that the technology behind it works. Like what it is in terms of how the functionality works is it's essentially scanning a database that has been built up over time of about 32,000 profitable Ethereum-based wallets, and it's scanning. That's essentially the data pool that it's utilizing for this bot to identify these alphas and some of these early opportunities. So it's very unique in that sense. I will say, if you guys are on Twitter right now, if you guys follow Shiro Crypto, he dropped a phenomenal thread about the project back on August the 10th. And, I would definitely recommend, checking that out while you're going through the process of doing the research. But, those who are utilizing the bot, I'm seeing more and more call channels even buying into the token to get access to some of that alpha and then flexing the calls that they're producing through the bot. So that's kind of cool to see.
Yeah, and I went ahead. Oh, go ahead.
Hi. So I'm Psycho, and I've been in this project. I'm not a team member, but I invested very early because I know the dev. And I'll tell you an interesting story how we met. I'm always kind of like hunting for anything early, that I can pick up on, and I've caught quite a few mooners with my guys. And I've noticed that in every token that's moving, this is the dev of Lambo, which is the owner of Tesla. He's always there, sometimes even earlier than me. So we started talking, and we became friends over I don't know the last 4 or 5 months. And he's been showing me, what kind of bots he has. And a few of his signal channels and stuff that are burns, just overall alpha dropping. So we started talking more and more, and then he was like, I'm going to do a token. I want to kind of, get more people into my ecosystem. So basically, what he's doing, he's tracking over 30,000 profitable Ethereum wallets. They have different filters, and I don't know how he does it, but he's always in early into like almost every bullish project. So this kind of, that's how everything started. And now, we have this amazing bot. And I know you guys already explained it a little bit on TG AMA, but just to kind of go over it, the main thing, like the number one, let's say, selling point of Tezo is the true signal channel, which is like very limited, very expensive. It's 1.25% supply, and I think it produces maybe 2 signals a week. I don't know how he does it exactly, but he's tracking all these profitable wallets, and when some things are right. I think Sperto was the last project that it called, and wow, it did really well. Now Poe is even shilling it. I think you guys saw it, right?
Yeah, I think Maurice mentioned that just a second ago.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, yeah, Tezo is the real deal, and it's not just kind of signal providing. There are different. There's 1.25 tier, there's 0.4% tier, and 0.1. So there are different signals. Some are good, for example, for pre-launches. So if you're a sniper, for example, right, and you're using Banana Gun and the Bribe, or using Maestro, you can snipe, and it's going to be always tracking wallets which have like alpha connections. For those of you that are in the project, you will always see them. So it gives you good opportunities if you're a sniper, and even if you're just a regular investor, right? If you want to, for example, automatically ape into signals that are provided in the 1.25% tier, what you can do is you can use Maestro, and you can use a thing called a scraper. So what it does is scrape anything you posted in the channel, and you're automatically going to ape. So you can have it running, let's say 24/7 on your computer, and let's say that a signal pops up, sleeping, it will automatically ape for you into the true signal, right? Obviously, there are no guarantees that it's going to pump, but let's say you give it out on 10 signals, and you ape in, let's say, I don't know, 0.3 ETH into each one. I'm pretty sure you're going to be up.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big thing. I think that and I've mentioned it before to Caesar's calls over here, is that if you're trading and you're not using technology in some capacity to help your trading experience, whether that be, the incredible bot ecosystem backend that, Teso has built here, or other methods, you probably have at a disadvantage to other traders. And so really, really cool that you guys built all those algorithms and backend to track all those wallets to kind of lead horses to water, because obviously smart traders know what they're doing. Anyway, I did pin up a tweet from TesoBot. It says a highly detailed thread about Teso that was posted by Chiro Crypto to kind of give a little bit more information about that. And you can also get connected to their Telegram. And yeah, obviously the token, as you mentioned, gives you access to tiers of this data, this kind of prized information. So anything else that you'd like to, or the other keynotes would like to kind of say before we move on?
I think the only other thing is the TG tracking. So you can take your favorite influencers. Let's say you have Poe, I don't know, Caesar, take any influencer you like, right? You can track their TGs. You can put them in the bot, and when, let's say, Caesar is going to be joining into a new token, right? You're going to automatically receive a notification. So you're going to be able to kind of know, which group he's joining. Then you can kind of feel out the vibe. Maybe before someone will make a call, right?
As I understand it, I was kind of called in here last
overall, it's a great utility.
for a little
Great
bit.
project for if you want to get in before the influencers, and if you're serious about learning how to trade, making this, your full-time thing, making money on it. I think Tezo is definitely something that you do need in order to be successful long-term. That's pretty much it.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Thanks for joining, guys. Again, if you want to get connected to them, I did pin a tweet up there, and go ahead and click to like TesoBots, Teso ERC, to become a part of their community if you're so interested. Thanks, guys.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thanks. Goodbye.
Okay, we are waiting for Ola token. I did get Bitrock, who's on deck as well, and then Multi is soon to come. So let's anyone have any word from Ola token? Ola token, if you're listening, there's some UI bugs, so I can get you on here if you just actually I could just do that now. Why don't we let Bitrock present, and then I'll do the work to get Ola up
Yeah,
here.
the speaker for Ola, Mike, he just let me know that he had something come up with his son. So he said he'd be available in like 15, 20 minutes, but he had to jump right after the call started because just kids.
Yeah, I know how it is, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say you get it for sure.
I got two of my own. All right, Bitrock, thank you for the patience. I know you requested the mic early there, so appreciate you coming back on here as well as your patience. So if you want to go ahead and talk a little bit about Bitrock to the investors, I'm sure you know the format by now.
Yep. Hey guys, can you hear me fine?
Yeah, you sound good.
All right. So first of all, thanks for having us back, guys. It's an absolute pleasure. I am well aware of the format, so I'm going to make the most out of those 3-4 minutes that I have here. So yeah, thanks for inviting us back, and for Ninja Lounge as well, and for Maurice and to you guys in Web Shards. I'm just going to kind of skim over the project intro because we did that the last AMA. So Bitrock is a layer 2 Ethereum sidechain. It is proof of authority, IBFT 2.0. We launched about a month ago. And at the moment, it was stealth launched, so I just want to make sure I mention that. So 2 months before the project launched, the blockchain was in development, all self-funded by the team up until the launch. And we don't have any venture capital, private sales, pre-sales, none of that stuff. We went from a 3K market cap to a 30 million market cap in about 2.5 weeks, which is insane. Right now, we're about 3.5x from all-time high, and ramping up things for an exciting week ahead. We have a partnership with Sphinx, which it kind of resulted in us getting integrated with them for their different tools like charting, their DEX, their bridge, their locker, their launchpad, and so on. And quick shout out to El Chapo because the team is KYC'd with Assured DeFi as well. I help out the team with AMA hostings, community management, strategy advisory, and stuff like that. And Assured DeFi's partner as well for audits, CTD Sec. So we're conducting our audits with them right now, which should come out over the next couple of weeks, hopefully. We have our mainnet live, the Explorer is live, the bridge is live, everything is live essentially. However, since we are kind of a stealth launch with our community and so on, we have some official partner projects coming next week. Everything that's been launched on the blockchain so far hasn't been official in the sense that everyone can go and launch, but we wanted to make sure that we have everything in order to be able to kind of walk before we run and make sure that everything launches fine. We have partner projects we promote on our platforms who are coming up next week. Last time we were here last week, we were ramping up integrations, marketing, partnerships, as well as getting ready for those official project launches. The first of which will be our official DEX token. So we have our DEX live, which is called RockSwap. And the token for that will be our first official project from the Bitrock team because that is kind of an official utility of the project. And that'll be launching early next week. And it is a stealth launch, so really excited for that. And yeah, I mean, since we've been here last week, a lot has happened. We got to 5K holders, which is huge. We got to about 47% currently of the entire total supply staked, which is also the circulating supply. There's nothing locked or anything like that. So the total supply is the circulating supply. We've completed integrations with Bitmart and DexTools. DexTools came today, Bitmart yesterday. So anyone can buy and sell Bitrock on Bitmart, which we've already been listed on for a couple of weeks. But now you can send directly to and from your wallet through the Bitrock chain. So you can bypass the bridge through that. And DexTools, obviously, as I mentioned, we're integrated as well. So you can take a look at all the projects on the chain and kind of use that as a platform if you want to kind of look at charting and stuff like that for projects on the Bitrock chain. We also had some security updates on the network in preparation for the official project launches, part of our partnership with CTD Sec, our auditing and cyber security partner. There's notes on that in our Telegram. I won't bother you with the details right now. We also announced our TPS, transactions per second, which is currently the max TPS is around 13K, which is well within the competitive range in the market. There is room to push that further, but we want it to be safe. And the pushing of that TPS will come after we start stabilizing those first official projects that do launch on the chain early next week. As I mentioned, our DEX token will launch early next week. So the utility of the token is similar to the PancakeSwap token or the Uniswap token. And basically it's paired against our mainnet native Bitrock. So you would buy Bitrock either on ETH, bridge it, then swap it to the DEX token, or you can send it directly from Bitmart to your wallet and then swap it on our DEX for RockSwap as well, or the Sphinx swap. We do have additional projects obviously coming that same week, including a launchpad, NFTs, and all the good stuff, just to kind of get things rolling with official projects on the blockchain. And there's obviously going to be a lot of non-official ones. And lastly, I kind of want to take the last 15 seconds to explain a very nice utility that we're finalizing right now for the blockchain. We have a token builder that's being built by the Bitrock team, and it is in the final stages. Essentially, for anyone who doesn't have enough experience to deploy contracts themselves, or build functions and stuff like that themselves for the contract, they would have the ability to launch a project on our chain in 5 very simple steps. With some built-in functions, they have no control over the contract. So the contract is a pretty standard contract with no malicious code or any of that. You just kind of basically specify the supply that you want, the name of the token, the ticker, the marketing wallet, and then you can deploy the contract, which cannot be changed. So there's no honeypots. There's kind of no malicious stuff, obviously. Marketing farms or bad teams are always a risk, but those kind of have nothing to do with the contract itself. And you can change whatever function parameters you want on the Explorer, which is obviously also live, before you actually add liquidity or build the token. So lots of stuff happening next week. I hope I didn't pass over the 3 or 4 minute mark, or maybe I did, but I'm open to taking any questions or comments from you guys.
You probably did, but it's okay because you've got a lot going on. I just have it's all good. If I want to, I can always mute and interrupt. But there's a lot of just content. It wasn't just rambling. Yeah. It's just pure content. So you have a lot going on.
We do.
Can you tell me? My quick question is, it just seems like you have so many pots on the stove, and there's so much that goes into this launch, and you guys are nailing it. You're hitting all the check marks. And how many people do you have on your team, and how many hours do you guys work on this?
So myself, I work with the team again in the capacity that I mentioned. There's 4 team members as well for development, marketing, community management. 2 development, and then one of them also does the deployer wallet side and the owner of the project as well, along with 2 others who have kind of handle the marketing side of things, as well as the community management. That's in terms of the core team. We have lots and lots of partners. We're partnered with Brother Marketing. We're partnered with JNR Advisors for listing, for exchange listings. We have a lot of long-term strategic Twitter partnerships with key accounts, and so on and so on. So if you kind of look at the extended team, quote unquote, which we are interacting with daily, you're looking at about probably 20 people or so.
Yeah, it just seems like for a lot of you or all of you, this is just a full-time thing based on the amount of output that
pretty
you
much. Yeah, it's a full-time thing. I personally work full-time, but most of the core team currently are just pretty much focused on the project. So lots of insane hours and group chats going on in the project.
Yeah, I'll open it up to the panel to see if anyone has any comments or questions on Bitrock.
Hey, I just want to add, man, as I mentioned earlier, when I was doing my introduction, these guys have achieved so much within such a really short period of time. They keep building and delivering. So yeah, kudos to them, kudos to the team for all the hard work that they have done. No kind of pre-sales or VC funding or anything like that. They just built from the scratch of it, from the ground. So yeah, really excited for them. Really excited, and I would suggest just follow them, join their Telegram, keep an eye on them, keep an eye on the project that they will be launching over there. And yeah, it's a really hard-working team.
Thank you, mate. Appreciate that.
Yep, awesome, man. I pinned a tweet, so if everyone wants to scroll over to the far left at the Jumbotron there, they just announced their integration into Dex Tools app. So congrats on that partnership and getting connected there. And yeah, we got to get to the last 2 projects, but I want to thank you guys for coming up and fantastic stuff.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us, mate. Appreciate you inviting us back. Thank you.
Yep, absolutely. And we'll see you sometime
Hey,
soon.
if I can add something, we have to really jump off right now. We have an AMA with Bitrock in our community, so it was such a great space, guys. Keep doing the great work you're providing so much on this space with these X spaces, not Twitter spaces anymore. Keep doing what you're doing. You have our support, and I think not only ours, but so many people out there support you. It provides so much value on this space. So thank you so much for the opportunity, and definitely, I will keep joining and enjoying these spaces.
Yeah, thank you, Ninja Lounge. Appreciate that. Everyone, make sure to click Ninja Lounge, throw them a follow, jump into their TG, and go hear their full AMA with Bitrock as well if you're interested in hearing more. All right, thank you, buddy. Okay, so that was Bitrock. We got them up here. We got Ola token as well as Multi. I apologize if this is going a little bit longer than usual. We have a couple extra projects today, so maybe we overbooked. We got a little overzealous for this one, but hey, there's a lot of great utility projects out here looking to promote